So, it has finally arrived. My PowerBook G3 Wallstreet 2 PDQ series, which is the third series of PowerBook G3 out of 5, and my first PowerBook G3. I don't own a PowerBook G3. I don't own any other PowerBook either. In fact, I only own one other professional Mac laptop, and it's my early 2008 MacBook Pro. All my others are the iBooks. So I'm really excited to dig into these because I really like the design. So how did I get it? Basically, I have been searching the website OfferUp for the past few months. It's kind of a trash pit at this point, filled with very obvious scam offers on stuff like cars and iPhones, MacBook Pros that are like, but new stuff. There are a good number of retro computer listings that aren't scams, and I've managed to pick up an original iMac and a 2006 black MacBook from there. So the seller responded quick, took about a week to ship it, and then due to the state of the USPS right now, basically took like another week where it had departed a shipping center and then not arrived at the next one for like 4 days straight. But lo and behold, it showed up today, so here we are. Only thing is, it's untested for parts as is, but it was in excellent condition. Like, I see PowerBooks go for way more than this, working, but in terrible condition. So these don't hold up very well, or at least they're tanks. It's just that a lot of them at this point are scratched up, like, horribly. And this one isn't. It looked practically perfect cosmetically. And so I'm willing to deal with the risk that it may not work. It doesn't come with a power adapter, but I own iBook clamshells, and they use the same adapter. So I'll just use my yo-yo charger, one of mine. And likely, if the seller was trying to cheat me and it didn't work, which could be possible, it would likely just be the PRAM battery. A lot of times when the PRAM clock backup battery dies in one of these, the laptop will just act like it's totally dead, won't boot at all. You just have to flip up the keyboard with the keyboard latches, and then lo and behold, you have a working PowerBook. Alright, so I'm just correcting some misinformation here. I was misinformed that the PRAM battery in one of these Wallstreet PowerBooks will actually keep it from booting a lot of times if it's dead. This is incorrect. That is the case for the Lombard and Pismo PowerBooks that came out later on, but the Wallstreet ones, that's not the case. They're designed very differently internally, and they will still boot up even with a dead PRAM battery, I do believe. So if you're buying one that doesn't turn on, just know that that is unlikely to be the problem. I just wanted to say that, just in case you tried the same thing as me. By all means, go ahead if it's a Lombard or a Pismo, as that's very likely the cause for one of those. But for a Wallstreet, yeah, I would stray away from one of those, because there's probably more serious issues, like a broken power jack, motherboard, or unlikely, but bad power cable of whoever tested it. So, yeah, let's get back to the video, though. Sorry. So, we'll have to see if that's the issue here. So, we got some packing material, and our PowerBook is right here. Ooh, it's a brick. I'm gonna clear this box out of the way. It has been sanitized before opening. Now I gotta cut into this bubble wrap with my stupid kid scissors that I always use. It's packed well, though. At worst, I could buy a really beat-up PowerBook and then use the good condition parts from this one to fix that. And it is indeed in excellent condition. Check this out. Ooh. Oh, this is a super chunky laptop. And my first laptop that doesn't have USB. My goodness. Oh, check this out. There's the keyboard. Is it bulging? I think it might be installed improperly. Maybe. I'm not sure. It has a floppy drive. What is this? It's a standard floppy drive. Okay, that's annoying. That means I'd have to install macOS in a different Mac if this thing's hard drive is dead, because it doesn't have a CD drive. Battery holds a charge. Check that out. 2 bars. Weird, considering they said they didn't have a power adapter. Alright, display latch looks good. Hinge felt strong. Let's take a look at the I/O on the back. Alright, we've got reset instructions. Is that S-Video? Maybe? That looks like PS2 almost. I'm not sure. That looks like S-Video, but it has like a printer modem thingy on it. So I think that's actually ADB. We've got Ethernet, we've got SCSI, we've got, that's S-Video. These are very confusing connectors. And that's VGA out. Alright. Time for more corrections. Okay, so the leftmost connector was ADB, and then after that's the combo printer modem jack that I had never seen before looking at that laptop. Now I have. And then the rightmost was S-Video. I got all the other ports correct. It was just HDI 30, SCSI, and VGA. And there's a modem port on the side, and our PC card slots. Floppy drive is annoying, though. Alright, let's see if it just turns on battery. Okay, it does not. That's unsurprising. And should be a very easy solve, but first I'm going to try to plug it up on external power. There it goes. Whoa, fan. Okay. So it just chimed. Speakers sound good. I don't hear anything. I don't hear hard drive spinning either. Ooh, that hard drive did not sound good. I think that drive's dead. Happy Mac. Maybe I'm wrong. It just rebooted again. Happy Mac. Are we gonna get it to boot? That hard drive did not sound good. I hear it seeking though. It seems like it's doing something. It's taking a while on the Happy Mac screen. Oh, we got a spinny wheel. It's a rainbow spinny wheel though. This thing might have OS 10. Alright, I want to try to... Can I flip up the keyboard? These don't look like keyboard latches. It might be different on the Wallstreet ones. I can't even insert a boot disk since I don't have a CD-ROM drive. Didn't know this came with the floppy. Let me check the box. Maybe there's a CD drive in there. I don't see anything. I don't think there is one. Keyboard feels good. I'm going to... Is it going to run off of battery? Hey! Sweet. Alright, where's this thing's reset button? It's gotta have one. Ugh. Shift, function, control, and power. That's hard reset. Whoa! Hold up. Hold up. This hinge needs tightening. We're booting into OS 10... OS 10 Jaguar, maybe? Jaguar is the latest this thing will run, so if this thing's already on Jaguar, that would be great. We have a working battery, too. That's sweet. Okay, touchpad works. Battery still shows 2 bars. Can't check the health because I don't think that coconut battery has ever ran on Jaguar. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to blur these names. This is Panther or Puma. No wonder it took... No, it's not Panther. It's Puma or Cheetah. No wonder this took so long to boot. That is horribly inefficient. I might have to clear the password. I can't just reinstall the OS. I'd have to clear the password and make my own account. My home. Okay, that's very helpful. What time is it? I'm gonna have to boot into open firmware, which I think is Command Option OF. No. I need to boot into single user mode. Let's check out this battery. Is it a third party? Nope. First party battery. It still works. This battery is copyright 1998. This is a 22-year-old battery, and it still holds a charge. Oh, is that the reset interrupt? That might be eject for the PCMCIA. Okay, well, I gotta look up how to reset the password on Puma. We're gonna assume it's Puma. Or Cheetah. If I had a CD drive, then I could do the official Jaguar discs that I have, but I only have a floppy, so I'll have to see what I can do here. The thing is, I don't have another Mac that has an easily removable hard drive. Again, I only have the iBooks, and those things are a nightmare to tear into, so it would be a huge pain if I had to. It's easy to get a hard drive out of one of these, but if I have to get a hard drive out of one of my iBook clamshells, it's just temporarily put in here, that would be a huge pain. 266 megahertz. 4 gig hard drives. This is a 4 gig hard drive. I have a 6.5 gig that I can put in here, so I could upgrade this, but for now, I want to try to get the current OS install running. But good that it at least works. That is sweet. I'll be right back. Okay, I took the Wallstreet partially apart to get its hard drive out because it wouldn't boot into single user mode at all. And this is the hard drive right here. It appears to be an IBM Travel Star, rebranded as an Apple IBM OEM drive. And I don't know if you can get a look. Here's another Travel Star that was manufactured probably a year later. Yeah, August '88. This is from August 1998. This is from June 1999. And they're both IBM Travel Stars. The entire hard drive of the 1999 one fits in the bottom bit of the 98 one. How many platters does this thing have to have? This is probably a really slow old hard drive. It actually says copyright 1997, but that's for the hard drive firmware. This has got to be a 4200 RPM drive. So this is the hard drive plug for it. It fits the whole drive. And one thing I'm slightly worried about, I couldn't get this thing to boot into single user mode. I don't know why. It acts weird. It never shows anything on the screen. I can't get it to go into an option menu. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put this drive into my Blueberry iBook clamshell and try to reset the password that way. That's going to be a huge pain because those iBooks are not easy to take apart, but it's what I'm going to have to do. But what I'm worried about is the ribbon cable even going to fit? So I'm going to go grab a spare and see if it fits before I go through all the time to take a clamshell apart. Spare ribbon cable. I don't even think this one works, honestly. I think this one's dead. I just want to make sure it fits on this giant thing. Okay, so it does. So that's good. Time to take an iBook clamshell apart. I'll be back in like an hour and a half. Alright. We're back. I've got it fully reassembled. I ran the command I had to run on the clamshell. Oh yeah, unplug and then plug back in, and then it works. How'd I get it before? There we go. Now it should boot me into the setup again, I think, so I can add a new account. So I'll let it do that. If single user mode commands didn't work, I'd just burn a Panther, or no, not a Panther, a Puma or a Cheetah install CD and boot it on the iBook clamshell and use the built-in password reset utility. I don't know if this is running Cheetah or Puma. I'll just have to wait and see. in a minute, because this thing's going to take 10 years to turn on. Okay. Round 2 with the Wallstreet. This should allow me to configure, the command I did should allow me to configure a new account. It's taking longer to load this time, so I hope it's loading the setup assistant, maybe? That is an extremely noisy hard drive. Yay! It actually worked. Oh. Got all of the old music that played. These speakers aren't bad. This better not have just straight up reset it, alright. Enter the normal details. E-World. Wyoming, because that's like the least populated state. So it's funny. If anyone's actually from Wyoming, that would be cool. Alright. I really hope that didn't it was really quick, so I don't think it nuked the hard drive. I think it just nuked the accounts. Register never. The thing is, this lags, so you never know how much to press it. Safe to say the clock battery's dead. How do I set it PM? Nah, whatever. I can deal with that later. Alright. I definitely won't forget to register. Definitely. Let's see what software's on here. I'm excited to see that. This is Cheetah. No way. I don't know. No, this might be Puma. Let me see. 10.1.4. So we are running Puma. Let's see how much space is used on this drive. Ooh, 2 gigs are used. 2.7 gigs. So this is gonna be loaded. Probably with classic environment stuff, because this is pretty early OS X. Yeah, this looks like no one ever messed with the OS X stuff. AppleWorks 6, and like, that is it. I'm pretty sure Adobe Reader was just bundled, so we're going to be seeing most things in Applications OS 9. Adobe Streamline 4, wow, that's an uncommon piece of software to see. I didn't even know they made a Mac version of this. There's Abandoned Archives of the Windows version. Illustrator 9, Type Utilities, Photoshop 6. Wow, this is used for graphic design. Either that or they pirated it all, but we're seeing 2001, 1998. This thing wasn't used for very long at all. 3 years. Painter 5. Office 2001 and 98. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't wipe this. That is sweet. So this thing must have classic, right? Gotta turn down the brightness a bit. It's a bit bright. Man, this thing is slow. Oh yeah, what does the battery say? 2 hours, 57 minutes till full. Show percent. 44%. And it does appear to be charging. So, that's cool. D-Link Air Utility. Classic. Whew, we're gonna be here all day. This drive might be failing for all I know. Luckily it's easy to take apart again so I can test it. That goes ooh. Oh. No volume with a system folder that supports starting classic? What? System folder. What is this, OS 8 or 9.0? How do I check? PowerPC Enabler 9.4. Okay. I should be able to check under Startup Disk. So this might still have 8.6. Does this even come with 8.6? Or did it come with 8.5? I'm checking Mac Tracker. 8.1. Ooh. Ooh. Is it even... Can you even start up from 8.1 when you have OS 10 installed? Is it even gonna let me? Finally detected OS 10. I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of this time spent just waiting. 9.0, okay. Let's hope this works. Because if it doesn't, then it sets permanently the default boot drive to this. And pretty much the only way I've found to fix that if the system won't boot from it correctly. I've had to swap super fast to my iPhone 6. I don't know how much you just missed. My 7 Plus ran out of space. Computer did not shut down correctly, so I guess the last time this was on, it didn't shut down correctly. Wonder when that would have been. Okay. Can we not? This disc is probably fine. Or not, because it's like super slow. What's the spin at? 3,000 RPM? Look at all these extensions. I see like Aladdin. I think that's the Aladdin logo. I forgot what they make though. This wallpaper. Good choice. LaserWriter 300. Man, they were a serious Mac user. For like 3 years and then they abandoned it. ATM, that's Adobe Type Manager. Sure. You know what? Sure. If it has an error that'll help fix the drive, then go ahead and do it. This could take a minute. So I'll be back. Well, that didn't work, so I'll stop and quit. Major uh-oh. Yikes. I quit? Okay. This drive might be failing. I'll have to test it. Right module is removable. Left bay contains a battery. Yeah. Is it gone up in percent? Is it not gonna let me see? Lovely. Okay. Aladdin. There it is. I knew there was Aladdin stuff. Magic menu. Aladdin Systems. They make stuff at Expander. That's why I remembered them. Okay. ATM Deluxe. That's Adobe Type Manager. Applications. Quark Express. Basically nothing else. Annoying though that they didn't delete alias from the shortcut. I hate it when people don't do that. Games. 3D Railroad, Book of Changes, Eric Software, Fireball Arcade. Never heard of any of that. Home Design, Architecture. This thing's loaded. Netscape Communicator. System Profiler, Calculator, Favorites, Utilities, Web. Sweet, let's just make sure one of these works. Let's load up Streamline. They don't have it linked in their menu. I'll just load up Word. Okay, I'm gonna blur their name. That doesn't sound like a good sound. A hard drive repeating the same sound over and over again is never a good idea. Or it's never a good sign. Well, this is where we're at. Had to unplug there. Before I continue, I'm gonna test this drive. It did not sound good. It might be failing. Alright, so you haven't seen anything, but I did test the hard drive and it was totally good. No reallocated sectors, no read error rate at all. I don't know, though, if it's actually good, because it didn't show the pending or uncorrectable sector count. I guess this drive doesn't support showing that. So all I can do again after this is try to relaunch Word again and see if the whole thing freezes like it did before. I did let OS 10 do its thing, though, and just... Not OS 10. I did let OS 9, I just turned it on, it showed the same screen about checking the drive for errors, and I just left it doing that for a few minutes, and when I came back, it had seemingly just finished that, so I don't know if it actually repaired anything or not, but we're just gonna see if it did. There's extra stuff in utilities. I didn't even check the utilities folder. USB adapter card support. No way. This thing at one point probably had a USB adapter. Why didn't I get to have any of that? Ugh. IO astrology. Never heard of that. Alright. Word. I don't like that sound. Configuring Office Components Microsoft Excel. I'm gonna leave it to do this for a minute. Alright, I've tested other programs. Photoshop and Streamline both run. It's probably just due to data rot or some corruption. Again, this drive probably hasn't been booted up in like 18 years, maybe. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to test the floppy drive with a hopefully blank disk. This is going to be Windows formatted. So hopefully it will be able to format. Okay. Hey. PC. AOL version 3.0. What? Okay, how do you eject? There's no eject button. Do I have to hit eject in software? I do. Wow. This is probably one of those free AOL discs that I got these discs out of my grandfather's basement. He probably just repurposed it. It has like adhesive residue on it, so who knows. I've never straight up tested all of these discs in my pack here. Still has a setup file. That's funny. Let me find one that should be blank and formatted as Mac. So this drive works. That's good. There we go. Mac OS Standard. Now I want to set the volume label. Is backspace broken? I forgot to plug the keyboard back in, didn't I? I did. The disk is locked. Oh, is not. This disk might be bad. But I forgot to plug back in the keyboard, so that's sweet. Okay, this disk is bad. So I guess we should try to open it. Crazy how simple these things were inside. There it is. There's what's inside a floppy disk. Ooh, yeah, this... I don't know if I just caused that, but this disk has physical damage. No wonder it wouldn't initialize. That's what's inside a floppy disk. It's that and two, like, cloth things in there that keep the disk moving freely and keep it from getting scratched against the plastic. Alright, that's neat. I'll put it right there. At least you know the drive works. And so, that is going to be it for this video. It's actually a few months later, and as you can see, I've done some work on this guy. I've gotten it up to macOS 9.2. That Word program that wouldn't launch, launches fine now. The whole hard drive has just seemed to speed up a lot since I first got it. It's still slow, don't get me wrong. It's still pretty slow on OS 10, but honestly on OS 9, it's pretty usable. So the battery I tested and got 2.5 hours out of it. Can you believe that? 2.5 hours. That is absolutely crazy. Again, that was when I first got it. It's probably already gone down a bit since, but it still lasts. The power on issues, it still won't boot on a cold boot when it's lost power. Unless I have it plugged on wall power, so if I have to like force reset it, take the battery out while I don't have a plug around, it won't reboot. But other than that, I haven't been able to really find any problems with this. And so that's really going to be it for this video. I will see everybody later. And my next couple videos are going to be exciting because I have a mystery Mac right over here that you can't really see because it's sort of in shadow, but it's coming soon to this channel. I'll see everyone later. Thanks for watching.